Welcome to another one of these little videos where we're going to take a look at Epinions.com. I'm going to teach everybody how to write a great review at Epinions. And I guess actually I could just refer back for a moment to a document that everybody should have already read. Okay, how to write a review at Epinions, 6 essential reminders for scoring are very helpful. Now, I know everybody's already read this because it came before this video. Now, hopefully you guys noticed that I tried to lay out these 6 very simple ideas. This is writing reviews at Epinions is not as complicated as writing the paper we're about to learn how to write in this unit. It's actually much simpler than that, okay? All you need to do is start off with an anecdote. You notice that I am one of those home artisans who craft gifts. I wrote this about literally just some things sitting on my table here. In an earlier video, I saw that my Elmer's was sitting here next to the computer. It just happened to be there. And I just happened to discover that they do have an entry for it at Epinions. And I decided to write about it. So you can see that I started off with an anecdote. Then I included a brief opinion. And on that sheet that I've shared with you, this one that we're looking at, I showed you that I literally just put my opinion right there at the bottom of that first paragraph. I have tried almost every brand of glue out there and have settled exclusively on using Elmer's washable clear skull glue because it is just the best. Then, tip number 3, before you begin writing, brainstorm a list of relevant criteria that you might use to evaluate an item. If you are reviewing a stapler, for instance, you might take in consideration the following. And then I give you a bunch of questions. Now remember, for any item that you decide to review, whether it's a pen, a backpack, a kind of hat, any simple item is going to have a set of criteria. If it's a hat, you might talk about how well it fits your head or how well it stays on your head. If it's a phone, you might talk about your reception. How easy it is to access your contacts. Is it a smartphone? How much access to apps does it have? So there are questions that will guide you to discovering criteria that's relevant to any kind of item that you might want to review. And remember, the video that we're watching right now, this video in fact, is all about writing reviews. So for the glue review that you've already read about, you'll see I came up with these questions. How strong is the glue? How fast does it dry? How easy does it apply? How messy does it look after drying? How easily does it clean up? How much does it cost? Those questions just came to my head, but each one led to a criteria. Stickiness, right? Drying time, application, presentation, like meaning how does it look after it's dried, ease of cleaning, and price. And those criteria could be used for any kind of glue, all glue. They're not just specific to Elmer's, they'd be specific to any kind of glue that you'd use for a similar type of activity as I'm using the Elmer's for here. So, number 4, for each criteria you've chosen, write a paragraph that describes how the criteria relates to the item. And you can see what I did up here, tried to show you these criteria. There's price, and I started with price. Now let me explain why. It turns out that this is actually true. I do a lot of crafts, and I am shocked at how expensive some of these crafters' glues can be. Very expensive. And so I led off with price for this review because frankly I'm a cheapskate and I just wanted to feature the fact that price is an amazing win, man. This stuff is cheap. So I wrote this paragraph. I don't usually place the discussion of price first in my Epinions reviews, and to be honest, this is just between you and me, I always put it last. But in this case, I put it first because crafting stores can rip people off, and that's kind of my opinion about that. And I don't like to be ripped off by super expensive glue. So when I discovered this Elmer's glue, I went, oh, great. And I wrote this based on that perception that I have. So there are some brands of glue out there, and you'll notice that I don't, even though I have a strong opinion about what craft stores can do with certain things that they sell, like rip people off, I don't mention that. I'm not, we're not here at Epinions trying to just throw around our opinions. We are really there trying to develop the critical thinking skills to be able to discern what are the criteria and how do we evaluate something. And later on, we might be able to write in different forums where we're going to have stronger opinions. In this one, I'm just sharing the one opinion that I'm enthusiastic supporter of this particular brand of glue. I'm not sharing many of my other opinions that go into how I crafted my paragraph here. All right, so I came up with a paragraph that had to do with price. Stickiness, super important. So I included a paragraph about it. And the glue really works, so it's really good. Again, like in that my first paragraph where we talk about the anecdote, again, I referred to how I use it. Now, why do I do that? Because I'm a savvy user of Epinions and I want the very helpful rating. And I know that the more that I convince my reader that, yes, I'm for real and that I do actually use this product and I know about it, that is as important to getting a very helpful rating as the quality of the writing. As a matter of fact, you can have pretty poor quality writing, but if your audience believes what you are saying, you will get a very helpful. And if you include all these different 6 things that I'm about to share with you. I don't remember what number I'm on. I'm on 4. All right, price, stickiness, drying time. Am I really on 4? There aren't that many. It's very simple. Let's see, drying time, application. So then I wrote a paragraph about application, wrote a paragraph about cleaning up. I wrote did I do 2 on presentation? I didn't. I was just looking at presentation. And then the last one was about presentation. All right, 5. Epinions advisors, the people you need to impress the most at Epinions since their ratings are worth more than regular members, expect you to label your paragraphs. This is super important, actually. So I'm going to show you what this review looks like at Epinions. So you'll notice that I've popped on over here with the quick use of a tab. I'm already logged in to my account. And here we are at Epinions. And I'm going to click on my most recent review. You can see, so this is the rating for the review. Even though individual raters have their votes, this is like the tally of the vote. Over here, the rating that you see on your account page, that's what your review is rated. So if you're being asked to write a very helpful review, it needs to be very helpful on your page. Right? On your account page. So I'm clicking Elmer's 305. It's the very same review that we were just looking at, but what I did was I just copied and pasted it over here. You'll notice that it's only showing. Oh, look, I have 4 very helpful votes. Now, over here, these are just votes. They are not the rating of the review. 4 people, Sojourn, Seeker, Gravity Girl, The Smart Traveler, and Juckman, and then you can click View for all, but it's probably there's only 4. So I just clicked that to see if any were hiding, but they're not. I'm going back here to our review, which is my review, and I'm going to click Read More. And so, boom, there it is. And to be honest, even though it seems like a lot of writing, really, it doesn't take very long. I was able to do that in about 22.5 minutes. That's start to finish, grabbing the thing. This is a very casual. You'll be spending days writing your 3 to 5 page paper that you'll be writing later. But for these things, you don't have to really overthink it. All you need to do is follow those 6 helpful tips that I give, and I am going to just pop back to this page over here so I can remember exactly what the 6th one was, and you've got access to this screen here. Right. Epinions advisors, people you need to impress. Oh, format. That's number 5. And number 6, this is so important. Choose simple items, folks, please. Choose simple items, things that you can really wrap your brain around using. And actually, I think I give you a list of what I mean by simple items here. Let's see, most office supplies are simple. Other simple items: clothing, shoes, hair care products, Elmer's glue, and some sports equipment. Not all sports equipment. Some sports equipment is very complicated. It's life or death kind of situation. So I would say stick with the simple sports equipment like a tennis ball or a bat. Those are simple pieces of sports equipment, but there are some very complicated pieces of safety equipment that are involved with sports, and those can be very, very complex. Complicated items are things that have many criteria, and each of these criteria is complicated. These are books, movies, music, electronics, and video games, and by a complicated criteria, I'm talking about sound design in a movie. You can't get out of a review of a movie here at Epinions without mentioning many of the other elements that go into movie creation that most people don't think about. Mostly we think about how was the acting, was it an adventure movie, was it great effects. The very helpful, or the film reviews that get very helpful ratings here often touch on even more criteria. So I would just say wait until you become a more mature writer of these reviews, and then wait on those complicated ones like album reviews, music reviews, movie reviews, book reviews. So I hope that this video has shown you exactly what I mean when I say all you need to do to write a great review is start off with an anecdote, brainstorm some criteria, fill out each of those criteria, blow it up into its own paragraph, and bang, you're done. It's really simple. You don't even need a conclusion, folks. You just wow them with the facts and the details, and you're going to write great reviews at Epinions. So I hope that you'll do what I have done with Epinions, and that's have fun with it. Enjoy. Choose topics to review that you really like. And my link, the link to my account is in the class. You can always come. You could search me. You could search for me if you can't find the link to my account.